Hello, people of YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about terrible things I've done to my siblings. I'm the oldest of four. I have two younger sisters and a younger brother. Their order is actually sister, brother, sister. But any older sibling will know that picking on your younger siblings is secretly really fun. It sets the food chain line, who's the boss. And you know what? It just puts them in their place. They don't ever mess with you. Like, I can honestly say that my next youngest sister, she picked on the younger two, but she would never dare pick on me because she knew I'd probably kick her butt. So anyways, some things that I have done to my siblings. My youngest sister, Holly, I used to tell her, hey, let's play a game. And she used to love games. She's younger than me by 9 years. She said, okay, we'll play a game. My big sister's going to play with me. You know, she was super excited. I started doing this to her when she was 2, and I would do it like every 6 months. And I'd be like, okay, you have to lay flat, hands at your sides. She'd lay flat. My favorite time of doing this was when we had just gotten hardwood floors in the kitchen. So she lays flat in the kitchen, hands at her side, knees together, straight legs, and I sat on her. I had my butt on her tummy, and I locked her arms to her side with my hands. But first, like, she was obviously a little bit weary of this, so I was like, it's called light as a feather, stiff as a board. And I don't know if you've heard of this game, but it's some weird game you're supposed to be able to float or whatever, so I was like, light as a feather, stiff as a board, light as a feather, stiff as a board. And I was like, make sure you have your eyes closed, and she's like, okay. So, I sat on her, I trapped her arms with my knees, and then I tickled her. And I just kept going as she screamed bloody murder. She thrusted her hips up and started pushing with her feet across the floor. So we have this brand new hardwood floor, and she's screaming, no, stop, ah! You know, like, and I'm tickling her, like, just getting a great laugh out of it, and she's pushing us both across the kitchen floor, and she made it all the way across the floor until she hit her head against the wall. And after that, there really was nowhere to go until I had my fill of laughter and I let her up. My brother, he used to find pain ticklish. Like, he would laugh. He thought it was funny. So he'd be sitting with his legs, like, laid out on the couch, and my one sister would come up and grab one leg, and I'd grab the other, and she would strum the guitar. So the behind your knee, you know, it's kind of like behind your elbow. She would just take it and she'd go like this, and she'd go broom, 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 and she'd do it like really hard, and he would just start cracking up. And so I would take his toes and I'd bend him completely backwards till they touched the top of his foot, and he would just die laughing. And we thought it was the funniest thing in the world that this kid thinks that pain is funny, and so it just made us laugh even harder, besides the fact that we were already torturing him. Let's see, oh, my next youngest sister, for a while we shared a room, and we had bunk beds, and she was terrified of E.T., the movie E.T., like, everybody argues, is it extraterrestrial or Elliot Turner because it says extraterrestrial under it, so why would you say extraterrestrial, extraterrestrial? Anyways, if you haven't seen the movie, please do, because I think it's funny. She never ever made it to the end of the movie. She would always be underneath the blankets hiding. And so I would tell her at night, you know, if she said something mean or if she made me mad, I'd say, shh, E.T., Kira's not sleeping yet. And she would get so freaked out. All you'd hear is, what? From the bottom bunk bed. Kelsey, are you being serious? I'm scared. Come down and sleep on my bed. I'm scared. E.T.'s in the closet. And then she would, if I left the closet door open before she went to bed, she'd be like, Kelsey, the closet door is open. E.T.'s in there. Go close it. So I would have to get off the top bunk, go close the closet door, and then go back to bed. But the thing was, the closet door was broken, so that as soon as I got back on the top bed, it was one of those, like, there was the two little knobs, and you push them open, and the wood, like, folded and went to the side. Well, that fold would be sitting there, and it would just, like, crack open a little bit, so that it looked like somebody was trying to push it out from the inside, and she'd go, Kelsey, he's coming! I mean, I would just be dying on the top bed, and I'd be trying so hard not to laugh because she'd be like, "Stop laughing! I'm gonna tell Mom." And I was like, "Oh, Mom can't know because then she'll be in on my pranks, and why Kira's always bawling." So I would eventually go down and sleep with her on the bed, but I had to sleep next to the wall. The long side of one of the sides of the bunk bed was against the wall, and then the headboard was against another wall, so it was like in this 90-degree angle. And I had to sleep against the wall because it was made out of wood, and you know how there's knots in trees and stuff, but when you cut the board, like, you can see, like, the knot or like a weird thing. So there's like this board, and there's like this little thing, and it's black, and it's got a little other black spot inside of it, and she called it the eye. Kelsey, the eye's watching me. You have to sleep next to the wall so it can't see me when I sleep. Like, what? So you're gonna put me up against the wall so this thing is staring literally at my butt all night? It's gonna watch me sleep? Whatever. So I did it. I was kind of nice living that way, but at the same time, like, if I wasn't getting a rise out of ET, I'd be like, "So is the eye watching you?" And she would scream. You'd just hear this high-pitched little girl scream. I was terrible. It was great. I really was a terrible older sister. But you know what? It's okay, because my sisters never challenged me. They never picked on me. They never tried to pull my hair, because, you know what? E.T. would come and get them. There were a couple times when I got off the bed, and I would go up to the closet when she made me really mad, and I'd say, "Sorry, E.T., Kira doesn't like you watching her while she sleeps," as I closed the door. She would be out of the room so fast. It wasn't even funny. And then I would be able to get a good night's sleep of peace and quiet, because there's no be crying. There's no, "Kelsey, come down and sleep with me." And actually not too long ago, my sister actually sent me a text message. This is great. She's like, "I'm watching E.T." And I was like, "How far did you make it this time?" You know, because she always pulls the covers over her head. She's never made it to the end, and she's gonna be 21. And she goes, she's like, "Oh, I'm about so far through," and I was like, "Okay, no big deal, whatever." She's seen that part before. Well, then I get another message that says, "E.T. lived," and I was like, "You didn't know that?" She's like, "I never made it past the part where he and the boy were under confinement and they were sick," and I was like, "Yeah, E.T. lives," and she goes, "Oh!" And so now E.T. has been reborn, and I will still probably find a couple of times before I leave so I can I can scare the bejeebies out of her. She hasn't peed her pants yet. I think I should make that a good goal. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my torturing my sibling stories. I got 100 more, but I don't want to make this video incredibly long, so hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe to my page. I'll probably put out a couple more more intense, more in-depth stories of the horrible things I did to my siblings. Have a great day, guys.